episode of Off The Script number 147, part number 2 for your Saturday, December 10th, 2016. I got creative plans for John Cena's WWE return and his WrestleMania 33 match set in stone from WWE Creative, man. All that plus so much more on John Cena's WrestleMania plans. Also, backstage update on two top feuds that will be leading the charge for Smackdown Live into 2017. Future plans for Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton revealed. Also, news on Dean Ambrose. Does WWE have plans to turn Dean Ambrose heel leading into WrestleMania 33? And also, WWE NXT, will they be set to go live in 2017? All this, plus so much more, right here on Off The Script.
JD from New York, 206, it's time for Off The Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. Time for Off The Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Off The Script, episode 147, part number 2 for your Saturday, December 10th, 2016. I want to thank everybody that showed me all the love and support from part 1 of this weekend's podcast for Off The Script, man. So far, you guys are unfucking believable, man. Thank you so much, everybody coming out and really showing appreciation and love for what I do here, man. It's all thanks to you guys. It's all because of you guys why I am here, man. So thank you to each and every one of you that viewed that video. If you did miss it, I'm going to link it at the end of the video, and I'm also going to put a link in the description for you guys. Go and check it out if you did not watch yesterday's part 1 of Off The Script. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right here. I'm still under the weather, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and when you do, hit that fucking bell, bro. Hit that bell, and make sure you have all notifications for this channel checked so that you never miss an upload right here on the channel. And if you guys want t-shirts, Patreon, all that good stuff, that is all linked for your pleasure right down in the description below, man. Let's get on with the news. I got a lot to go over today. It is a big news-filled weekend, and we're going to start off here with the latest I have on John Cena and his creative plans for his WWE return and WrestleMania 33. There are rumors now going around that WWE has wanted to replace John Cena, that WWE is really afraid of John Cena and what he has in store for himself if he's going to be taking a lot of time away from WWE. They don't know what is going on with John Cena. He is prepping and pretty much readying himself for life after WWE, and who can blame him, man? He's given 12 years of his life to WWE on the road. He's given 12 years of his body just being thrown around, beaten, battered in that squared circle. So who can really blame John Cena for wanting to think about life outside of WWE? I think he certainly has earned it, and WWE should show him proper respect after all that he's done. If there's anything that needed to be done, John Cena was always the number one man, and he always did what he was asked. He never backtalked anybody. He never started any problems. John Cena has been a model WWE employee. And there's nobody since the days of The Warrior, Hogan, Austin, Rock, guys like that. John Cena is right there in that discussion. There is not anybody on the current roster that can be a John Cena. There's nobody on the current roster that can fill John Cena's shoes. If If you guys have been watching me, you know that, in my honest opinion, that man, they had him on the roster. There was only one man who could fill John Cena's shoes, and that was Daniel Bryan, and obviously that is no more. But as for John Cena right now, he is going to be on WWE television in 2016. He is going to make a return to WWE programming, and he's going to factor into a 16th world title reign, tying Ric Flair for the most title reigns of all time. John Cena hasn't been featured on WWE television since No Mercy back in October, but his return to WWE has been a hot topic of conversation of the WWE Universe because there have been some conflicting reports about his relationship with WWE as of late. If you summed it up, there is some major concern about John Cena's future because his commitments outside of the company are now even taking him more away from WWE business. It's been confirmed and reported that John Cena will return to WWE during a live event on December 26th, one day after the Christmas holiday, in Madison Square Garden, right here in New York City. He'll be featured in a triple threat match against Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. It will be his first match in 3 months. But it was recently revealed that his hiatus from WWE television will be extended for a bit longer, and his status for the Royal Rumble is currently up in the air. The expectation is that John Cena will win the WWE Royal Rumble match. That is the expectation. That is not a guarantee. That is not something that is set in stone. It is merely a discussion. And if you guys have heard me yesterday on Off the Script when I mentioned the Elimination Chamber is now a Smackdown exclusive per reports, unless things have changed. WWE has made the Elimination Chamber a Smackdown brand exclusive pay-per-view. And if that is the case, that will be a Smackdown Superstars road to WrestleMania, leaving the Royal Rumble for a Monday Night Raw superstar to win it. I don't see a SmackDown guy winning the Rumble and then a SmackDown guy going into the Elimination Chamber. It's either one or the other. That's just common sense. If WWE reverses it and gives Raw a Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, or the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and a SmackDown guy wins the Royal Rumble, then obviously John Cena would probably be the head of the class for predictions for a Royal Rumble winner. But I don't think anybody right now would be interested in seeing John Cena win yet again another Royal Rumble. But right now there are expectations from many that John Cena will win the Royal Rumble match, and this will lead to a World Championship match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles or The Undertaker. Now, you guys have heard my storyline, my projections here for John Cena. I say if The Undertaker's hips are good enough, which has been a topic of discussion as well. Undertaker was last seen with Kevin Dunn on Monday Night Raw. You know, he was photographed by Wrestling Inc. You know, they marked it on their webpage that a photograph was there with Kevin Dunn and The Undertaker. Kevin Dunn, Undertaker. You know, that motherfucker. He was there, and there were reports going around that he was limping. Undertaker was limping. You know, Kevin Dunn had his fucking hanging out. You know, who the fuck knows what he was doing? Probably munching on a fucking carrot or a celery stick somewhere. Fucking asshole. Anyway, Undertaker's hips are being talked about, and they are a topic of discussion, that the Undertaker-AJ Styles match might not even happen at Royal Rumble. And that they will go, as soon as John Cena comes back to television, they are immediately going to go for the John Cena-AJ Styles WWE Championship match, a rematch that they're going to pick up right where they left off. Cena is going to beat AJ Styles for the WWE Championship, and then The Undertaker will come out and challenge John Cena for the championship, which will lead to their match at WrestleMania. Now, what I have laid out for you is that if The Undertaker's hips are healthy, which I hope that they are, because I would love to see the match, AJ Styles versus The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, I would give the WWE Championship and one more reign to The Undertaker, because there are reports saying that AJ Styles will not, no matter who the challenger is, he will not hold the title past February. So if The Undertaker is good to go, I say give it to The Undertaker. SmackDown is a is a pay-per-view Elimination Chamber exclusive, correct? So John Cena could go into the chamber, and he can win the chamber. And then there you go. Simple road, easy to follow. There's no bullshit to it. Undertaker's a champion. Cena goes into the chamber. And via a win in the chamber, now he has the Undertaker. And a large task ahead of him to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania against the Undertaker. Now, how you book that match, it could go either way. Undertaker can win. You know, Undertaker can win and retire with the belt and have a tournament afterwards, which would be my way of doing it. And then Cena can win the tournament. It could come down to Styles and John Cena in the tournament, and John Cena can ultimately get his revenge on AJ Styles there, and then also at the same time capture the WWE Championship. I don't want John Cena, and I know you guys don't want the same thing, even though it would add a bit of intrigue to it if John Cena can really beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't want John Cena to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I just don't want to see it. I mean, at this stage of the game, I don't mind it. I just don't want to see it. And I think the majority of the people do not want to see it either. You know, Undertaker's old school. He'll probably think, you know what, it's my fucking last WrestleMania anyway. I'm going to go out the way I want. I'm going to give it to Cena. I'm going to give him the title. It's his moment. Goodbye. You know? Undertaker's of the old school. He might lay out on his back for John Cena and just give John Cena the win. Who the fuck knows what Undertaker's got planned, you know? But I would like to see The Undertaker retire with the belt. I think he's earned it. I think it's worthy of putting the belt on The Undertaker for that type of moment. You know, right off into the sunset. You know, go out on top. But that remains to be seen. I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know what they got planned. But it all revolves around The Undertaker. If The Undertaker's healthy, I say we do see Styles versus Undertaker at Royal Rumble. If not, if he's not ready to go, Undertaker's going to need more time to recuperate and rehabilitate with his hips. We probably won't see The Undertaker until WrestleMania season. So there you go. We're going to get Cena versus Styles at the Royal Rumble. And then Cena's going to win the championship at the Royal Rumble. I don't know who's going to win the Elimination Chamber or what the Elimination Chamber is going to be used for. I mean, it's anybody's guess. But the Elimination Chamber would be best used in the first situation that I just laid out for you. Because if John Cena wins the Royal Rumble, or if John Cena wins the title at the Royal Rumble, who the fuck is going to win the Elimination Chamber? The Undertaker? I mean, I don't know. Are they going to prolong that? Maybe the Taker's in the chamber? I don't know. I say give me Styles versus Taker. Give the title to Taker. Have him take it to WrestleMania. Cena could win the chamber, and there you go. There's your main event. That's what I would do. And then Monday Night Raw can win the Royal Rumble, and they could go on with their Universal Championship plans from there. But that's what I have laid out, and that's what I think is the best scenario right now. But the expectation is that John Cena will win the Royal Rumble match, according to sources here, which will lead to a championship match at WrestleMania 33 against AJ Styles or The Undertaker. It's been reported that Styles vs. Undertaker will take place at the event as well, and the winner will face Cena at WrestleMania. All of the above was speculation until a recent report finally revealed that creative plans, the creative plans for John Cena's WWE return. According to new reports, WWE officials have set their creative plans for WWE television in stone. They're written in stone, folks. And their two main feuds for Smackdown heading into next year will be Ambrose versus The Miz, which I don't like. I really do not. After what we've seen on SmackDown this past week, I do not like that. Ambrose was in a World Championship feud for months, and he came out on the losing end. Why is this guy going to lose world title opportunity after world title opportunity by no matter what means he lost? They're going to put him in an Intercontinental Championship feud? I mean, that's quite the consolation prize, WWE. Shouldn't Dean Ambrose go to the back of the line? I mean, I don't understand that logic, but that's what it is. WWE is going to have that as one of their main feuds going into 2017 for the Intercontinental Championship. And then obviously the other one, John Cena feuding with AJ Styles to become the 16-time WWE World Champion and tie Ric Flair's world record. Simply put, Cena vs. Styles will immediately resume as soon as Cena returns to television. And he will be back with the company on December 26th. He might be sprinkled here and there in January, but at the start of WrestleMania season, beginning with the Royal Rumble, he will be full speed ahead. This is not a surprise, but all the drama surrounding John Cena right now brings a lot of questions to WWE's plans. If he isn't confirmed for the Royal Rumble or WWE television after WrestleMania 33. You know, we don't even know if John Cena is going to be with the company after WrestleMania 33. I'm hearing he's got a role in a new movie. He's got a role in the new Thor movie. I don't know what's going on with John Cena and how many days, how many weeks, months he's going to need away from the company. But WWE doesn't know right now. They don't know if he's going to be there for the Rumble or after WrestleMania. It was reported recently that Cena's schedule in 2017 will only allow him to commit half the year to WWE. If that is the case, how will his next title reign be if he's going to have such a limited schedule next year with WWE? In reality, that also means the long-anticipated and rumored match between John Cena and The Undertaker is not happening at WrestleMania in Orlando. Due to these reports, that means, right now, if this is the case, that it probably won't happen. With Cena's full schedule and Undertaker's health issues, it may be for the best that the match doesn't happen at WrestleMania at all. But a lot of people are still going to be disappointed, especially now that The Undertaker's match in Orlando is now a total mystery. If not John Cena, then who? Really, there is nobody on the roster that would even make sense for an Undertaker feud. On Smackdown, anyway. Unless you save the Styles vs. Undertaker match for WrestleMania. I don't know. It all depends on John Cena. We will have to see. This is a wait-and-see game. Nobody knows. There's no Dave Meltzer. There's no Mike Johnson from PW Insider. There's none of these fucking goons on YouTube. Nobody knows. The only ones that know are John Cena and Vince McMahon. And we won't know until we get to the Royal Rumble and then we see or not see if John Cena is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. That's the only time we're going to know. But right now, this is all speculation, okay? So with Cena's full schedule and Undertaker's health issues, nobody knows. The reports about there being tension between John Cena and WWE officials are claiming that the recent rumors of Goldberg, which I reported this well before the Survivor Series, that there are tensions between WWE and John Cena. They are claiming that the recent rumors of Goldberg and The Undertaker to WWE television are a major factor in their conflict. Apparently, both men are making great money on limited schedules with the company, while Cena is making more than they are with WWE. His limited schedule over the past year and for 2017 should mean a similar contract for him. Very, very gray area. I am not going to go into discussion about money. Obviously, John Cena is the man in WWE. He has done it all. Just by seniority, he deserves what he should be, what he's asking for. He deserves what he's asking for. I'm just going to say that. Okay, but I don't want him to get comfortable and cozy in his new Hollywood role and then forget about WWE because he's still needed. WWE is in a place right now that's not very good. He is still needed. He is still the man in WWE. You can pay him more money, but I don't want to see him get cozy in Hollywood and then forget about WWE. You know? And John Cena, he's making the most money. He's making like fucking 3 times as much as Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, on the other hand, he's probably a fucking greedy asshole for asking for more money, but then you look at it, I mean, he is the man there. He's got seniority over everybody. He's done fucking literally and virtually everything that the company's asked of him, so why not give him a pay raise? You know? It's a give or take. It's like a fucking Bill Alfonso, 50-50, right down the middle, man. I don't know. So that's definitely a gray area I will not be going into. I just gave you the two differences there. But, I mean, it comes down to money. Cena's conflict is about money. Goldberg, Undertaker, Lesnar, all making fucking millions and millions and millions of dollars to wrestle 2, 3, 4 times a year. Goldberg and Lesnar, yeah, Undertaker once. You know? So he wants more money. He wants a similar contract. If WWE officials are welcoming back Cena with this 3rd Royal Rumble match victory that has been rumored, and then his 16th world title reign, it's going to be a much better situation for WWE's product if his schedule will allow him to defend the championship properly in 2017 and be taken care of behind the scenes. Based on the rumors and news, there's a lot that WWE officials need to work out with John Cena before he is given the honor of tying Ric Flair's record on the grandest stage at WrestleMania. Having said that, Styles versus Cena at WrestleMania was a dream match for many years, so we'll be lucky to see that come to life. It will be a great match if it does happen, but it's not going to answer some of the big questions Cena will answer over the next year. A lot going into this, man. We just don't know. I think, honestly, yeah, it depends on John Cena, but if The Undertaker was truly healthy, I think a lot of this relies on The Undertaker's health as well. That might be the most defining factor in this entire thing, to be quite honest with you. If The Undertaker's hips are good and he's ready to go, he gives the green light and he's ready to go for Royal Rumble, then we see the plan that I laid out for you from the Rumble to the Chamber to WrestleMania, giving us John Cena versus The Undertaker. What AJ Styles does at WrestleMania, I don't know. You could put him in there against a fucking cardboard cutout, and he'll probably have a 5-star match. I don't know. But that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Right now, we're talking about Cena versus The Undertaker. It all depends on The Undertaker's hips. And until there are reports about his health, and then obviously as we get closer to the Royal Rumble, John Cena's status, we will just not know. The only ones who will know are those internally. And obviously, if I hear anything else, I will let you guys know right here on the podcast or in another format on YouTube or whatever the fuck I do on here. I will let you guys know immediately anything regarding Cena, Undertaker, Styles, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania plans regarding all three of these superstars. Backstage update on 2 feuds headlining Smackdown into 2017. Well, you just heard them in this recent report that I just read about John Cena's status in WWE. Smackdown Live has entered into a bit of a transition period in closing out 2016. While the programs between Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Carmella will likely continue, the majority of the matches this past Sunday at TLC represented the culmination of those feuds. AJ Styles is the WWE World Champion on SmackDown as he retained in what was likely the final bout in this rivalry with Dean Ambrose. The Miz also retains his Intercontinental Championship match in a ladder match to put an exclamation point on his feud with Dolph Ziggler. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt are SmackDown's new tag team champions, but a quick dispatch of Heath Slater and Rhino 2 nights after TLC is a clear indicator that that program has already run its course. American Alpha figures to be the next in line for tag team gold with the Usos now. I just read, and thanks to you guys for filling me in, one of the Usos, I don't know whether it's Jimmy or Jay, one of them has a sprained ankle, so they are out. Naomi has a sprained ankle. She's out, and she will be back very, very soon, I believe within the week. As far as the Usos, I don't know their timetable for return. So right now, due to the Usos being out, that's going to move up American Alpha, and American Alpha will probably be feuding with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt for the WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. They will be the challengers for the tag team titles. Baron Corbin will be moving on from his feud with Kalisto as he too won a rematch over the Lucha Star on SmackDown that followed TLC. When the Royal Rumble finally rolls around on January 29th, and I can't wait, it's my favorite pay-per-view of the calendar year, it will have been 55 days since SmackDown Superstars performed on a pay-per-view. Raw's exclusive Cock Block comes our way on December 18th, but the Blue Brand will certainly have ample amount of time to build new storylines, and it appears that's exactly what they are doing. For many of the SmackDown stars, their storylines will center around competing in the actual Royal Rumble match. But titles will still need to be defended at the event, and according to reports from Ringside News, the SmackDown creative team is building around 2 new marquee feuds. As noted, AJ Styles remains the WWE World Champion in what has been a phenomenal rookie year in the WWE after shining in Japan and with TNA for years. An ankle injury suffered during his TLC match with Ambrose prevented him from defending his championship against James Ellsworthless 2 days later, but he's expected to have the match very soon, if not next week on SmackDown at the earliest. Styles is scheduled to retain again before officially moving on to his next challenger. I would hope so. Preliminary discussions had The Undertaker issuing a challenge to Styles and his title. That could certainly be in the cards right now, but we just don't know, like I mentioned, with The Undertaker's health status and his recent hip surgery. but they've held off for the time being due to the dead man's slow recovery from hip surgery. The new plan, unless The Undertaker is ready to wrestle by January 29th, is to have John Cena return and reignite his program with AJ Styles, setting up their championship match at the Royal Rumble. Cena is set to return the day after Christmas at a WWE live event in New York City, and then most likely will be back on TV the following day. Either way, it appears Styles' reign won't last longer than February at the latest. The idea behind The Undertaker challenging and then defeating AJ was to set up the title match between Taker and Cena at WrestleMania, with Cena vying for a record-tying 16th world title reign. By pushing the Phenom's return to competition, Cena will now likely capture the championship away from Styles and then defend it against The Undertaker in what could be a title versus career match. However they get there, John Cena versus The Undertaker is a certainty for WrestleMania right now. Out of all the rumors about how it will not happen, that is what WWE wants at WrestleMania. The other top feud on SmackDown Live will focus on The Miz and Dean Ambrose battling over the Intercontinental Championship. Like I said, I don't like it for the reasons I mentioned before. Like Styles, Ambrose still has some unfinished business with James Ellsworthless. But once again, that storyline is wrapped up. Ambrose will turn his attention back to The Miz and what will be the second biggest program on the Blue brand. Ambrose had an IC title match with The Miz on this past week's edition of SmackDown Live, but interference from James Ellsworthless cost him the victory. The main event match took the place of the bout that was supposed to occur between Styles and James Ellis, but Ambrose will have another chance at the IC Championship as they head into the new year. So there you have it. And then with rumors that I mentioned in a previous report, WWE is looking, or at least Vince McMahon wants AJ Styles on Monday Night Raw, and he actually wants to institute the brand draft earlier this year than we did see in 2016. We've seen it in July. Vince McMahon has plans to probably get that going and set up by May of 2017, so we will see some type of reshuffling with the rosters. All in all, WrestleMania season is in full effect. It is in full effect because of Bill Goldberg's announcement that he will be in the Royal Rumble. So everybody's talking about what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Rumors about Dean Ambrose are being circulated as well. Dean Ambrose versus Shane McMahon is being talked about. Dean Ambrose turning heel is being talked about, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There's a lot of moving parts right now. It's fun to follow. It's going to be a fun time to be a wrestling fan. I just don't know where it's going to take us, but that's the best part about being a wrestling fan during WrestleMania season. There's so many twists and turns and directions and possibilities. You know, it's very unpredictable. And this is going to be a great year, man. It's going to be a great year. After last year's fucking disaster, I do believe WWE bounces back big time with WrestleMania this year. But those are the two current feuds that will carry SmackDown Live into 2017. Also, Baron Corbin is going to play a factor into 2017, but that's not going to be during WrestleMania season. I predicted and projected on Off the Script this weekend that Baron Corbin's going to have a big year, but it's not going to be until at least SummerSlam or the fall season of 2017. So look forward to Baron Corbin being a major player for SmackDown Live. Other major players, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, man, this is probably my favorite thing right now on SmackDown Live. Future plans for Randy Orton and the Wyatt family revealed. Since Orton's alignment with Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, the trio of men have been very successful on SmackDown and were the only survivors during the Raw vs. SmackDown Tag Team Elimination match at the Survivor Series, which also aided them in being a dominant faction. I love that. At WWE TLC on Sunday night, the trio defeated Heath Slater and Rhino, took the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and gave the Wyatt family their first taste of WWE Gold after 3 years. WWE Creative is currently giving the Wyatt family the biggest push the stable has had on WWE television since its inception. The inclusion of Randy Orton has given Bray Wyatt his first WWE title, but the fans are questioning if the company will use the Freebird rule for all three Wyatt family members for them to be able to defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles just as the New Day have on WWE television for Monday Night Raw for the past 2 years. According to recent reports, the Wyatt family will be defending the Smackdown Tag Team Championships using the Freebird rule. They will be executing the same rule the New Day have had for the last 2 years, which is a fantastic direction for the Wyatt family. It does so much. It gets Harper involved. If you want to have Orton and Harper defend the titles and have Bray Wyatt go against somebody else on the same card, you can do that. You want to have Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper defend the titles and have Randy Orton do something on the same card. You got the Wyatt family involved in more ways than one. I love it. I think this was a great decision. I was hoping that they would do that, and WWE, again, on SmackDown, more times than not, they aren't perfect, but more times than not, they are making very, very good decisions for the blue brand. On WWE television, that will make the Wyatts harder to defeat because they can consistently change up their members depending on their opponents, which leads WWE Creative to the next big question: who will be challenging the Wyatts for the SmackDown Tag Team titles? The Royal Rumble isn't until the end of January, and a lot can happen on SmackDown by then, so WWE Creative obviously has a plan for the Wyatt family heading into the next year. I mentioned American Alpha. That is probably the logical choice. Slater and Rhino, they've had their rematch, so they are done. But WWE officials have bigger plans for the tag team title reign heading into the Royal Rumble next month. Now, according to a new report, WWE officials are planning for Heath Slater and Rhino to receive their rematch against the Wyatt family. Actually, this happened. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They already had their rematch. They lost. Okay, no more for them. They're actually in the news this weekend on the podcast. WWE is teasing their breakup. Okay, but the team of Slater and Rhino, they were always going to be a short-term payoff. So WWE is thinking bigger for the Wyatt family's first feud for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Apparently, WWE won't hold back any longer on American Alpha going after the tag team titles. Coming out of WWE TLC, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan are expected to challenge Orton and Wyatt as soon as Slater and Rhino are completely done, which is now they are completely done. That is the reason why Gable and Jordan went over on the pre-show before the pay-per-view on Sunday. WWE is preparing American Alpha for the Wyatts on SmackDown. It's unknown who would win or how long it would last, but the expectation is that the first match of their feud will be at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view and will likely continue on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know if it's going to have a effect on WrestleMania's card, if we're going to see this again at WrestleMania. I'm thinking by the time WrestleMania comes around that Randy Orton is going to be pretty much destroying the Wyatt family, and we're going to get a Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania, and the culmination of this feud, or of this storyline, I should say, will come to a head. Because something obviously is going on there. Luke Harper does not trust Randy Orton. His mannerisms, the way he looks at Randy Orton, the way he looks at Bray Wyatt, he doesn't believe that Bray Wyatt is putting so much stock into Randy Orton. He feels that Bray Wyatt's making a mistake, but he's going along with it because he is loyal to Bray Wyatt. And whatever Bray is feeling, he's going to go along with it as a sign of trust that he has for Bray Wyatt. But Luke Harper, there's more there than what we are seeing right now on television. This will probably all come to a head at WrestleMania. And it will probably lead to Gable and Jordan getting one over on the Wyatt family, becoming the new tag team champions, and then we will finally see the Wyatt family implode, and we will get that Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania. I don't see what other direction they could go in, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know. But that is what the plans right now hold for the Wyatt family. The most important thing here is right now, as long as they are a team for the entire season of WrestleMania, they will be utilizing the free bird rule, which is a great rule, a great decision by WWE Creative for Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Randy Orton. I got news on WWE NXT going live in 2017. WWE NXT has been hugely popular since 2014 due to its amazing matches, wrestlers, and storylines. So many fans want to know why it's not treated the same as WWE Raw and SmackDown Live. The very reason that WWE made women's wrestling a big deal was due to the greatness of the four horsewomen of NXT: Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, and Becky. All 4 are on the main roster now after really great runs in NXT, with Bayley being the last to appear. 3 have become women's champion on the main roster, with Banks and Flair already having 3 titles to their credit already. Disgusting. Disgusting. This is in addition to amazing work from Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and more on the men's side. 2 of them have already been world champion on the main roster now. The fact is that WWE NXT is becoming just as valuable as Raw and Smackdown Live. So why must the show be taped when it could be live each and every Wednesday at Full Sail University, just like the other 2 shows? It is on the WWE Network, so the cost to do it is a lot less than it would be trying to go through a television and not streaming it. Plus, WWE already does live NXT TakeOver events, so it is not as if they cannot actually make this happen with the group. Finally, it seems that WWE has come around to this idea. According to Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer, WWE is discussing the possibility of making NXT a live broadcast in 2017. The thought is that there would be a lot of logistics involved in the process, but it could be done. Many fans believe this would be a step in the right direction and by no means impossible. WWE airs a live Talking Smack show and now 205 Live each Tuesday after SmackDown Live. NXT is already in regular rotation and is set at Full Sail University that they could book on a weekly basis for sure. However, if they could not, then it would not be out of the question for them to go around to other college campuses around the state of Florida. It has been proven that NXT can draw the same crowd for a takeover event that the main roster can draw for a normal pay-per-view. While one could claim this is likely because of the fact that people are already in town for the main roster, it could be thought that NXT could draw the same crowds that a main roster could for their own live product. WWE NXT tours all around the world and the country. Each place they go to tends to result in a good crowd. That said, WWE should by no means be worried about drawing people to their events when they already do it now. WWE could still work in the smaller arenas over the bigger ones for a while. However, this is not a bad thing at all, and I like that idea because it's a little bit more intimate with the smaller crowds. Sometimes these bigger crowds, like 205 Live, you know, having them perform in front of the SmackDown crowd is not doing them any justice, man. They need the smaller, intimate crowds who are going to be more invested in the in-ring product instead of worrying about going home and getting ready for work and going to school. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So I like the smaller arenas over the bigger ones for brands like NXT. I like it, period. I think it's a more intimate setting, and it just gets the fan more involved, and they keep the fan more in tune with what's going on with the product. I like it better. But NXT, obviously, I like the smaller crowds better than the bigger ones. For TakeOver, I love it. You know, TakeOver, you got the most rabid fucking indie smart marks that there are, so I love it. They know what they want. They know what they want to see. They know which is the better show and what will be the better show each and every fucking pay-per-view weekend. They know. But WWE is not going to have a problem drawing with NXT at all. WWE NXT is all about the new school combined with the wrestling we loved seeing today, with the main roster being built around what Vince McMahon likes to see. That's the fucking problem. NXT is built around what we loved seeing back in the day. Monday Night Raw is booked the way Vince McMahon wants and what Vince McMahon likes to see. You want a fucking reason as to why these shows are so fucking god-awful every fucking Monday. There you go. It's what Vince McMahon wants to see. It's not what the fans want to see. Vince McMahon is booking it because he wants it that way. He's not booking it because of it needs to be done this way. He's booking it because Vince McMahon wants it to be done Vince McMahon's way. And then you want to know why Monday Night Raw is fucking abysmal. Give me a break. Hardcore fans realize that a show like NXT is quite valuable, and they would never want to see it get worse because of it being live. However, the only way to really make the brand bigger is to treat it the same as the others. And you can't be afraid to go live, man. It's about time that they do it. You cannot treat them the same without all 3 being live, especially since the WWE Network exists now when it did not at the time WWE Raw first began. Do you want to know why NXT should go live? Number 1, I love the fact that when a show is live, there's no spoilers. There is no spoilers at all. I like being surprised, and the element of surprise is always there, man. For an hour live, I love it. In fact, if WWE is going live with NXT, Give me 205 Live. There you go. I feel this is the best way to go about it. Take 205 Live and move it to fucking Full Sail. You want to tour the college campuses around Florida, take 205 Live with you, man, and air it live. 1 hour of NXT and 1 hour of 205 Live on Wednesdays if you're going live with NXT. It does not belong following SmackDown. It does not belong being taped before SmackDown in front of the big audience. It needs to be in the more intimate setting. No question. No spoilers, number one. Number two, WWE, when they tape NXT, they do 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. And all those people, they're sitting there for 4 or 5 hours. You know? Maybe not that long, but give or take 3 or 4 hours. That's a long fucking time to be sitting, watching wrestling. If it was live, the crowd would be more lively. They would be more into it. They would be more energetic. The shows by default will look better instead of the tapings where the crowds the first week are going to be all crazy and hot and excited, and then you see people just dragging and dragging and dragging, and the crowd's getting quieter and quieter and quieter during the tapings. It's like they're fucking tired, man. They've already been sitting there for 4 hours, and each and every week we see the same fucking people sitting in the front row. I want it to go live. I think it's about time they go live, and NXT deserves to be live, man. It's big enough. It's proved itself. Treat it the same as the other brands, because this is your groundwork for setting yourself up for success in the future. NXT needs to be treated just like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. Hopefully they go live. If I was to pick a time for when they go live, it would probably be after WrestleMania. So that's my prediction on that, and I hope that does come true. Finally, guys, a update on WWE's plans for Dean Ambrose and a heel turn possible for Dean Ambrose. For quite a while, we've been hearing about how much better it would be if Dean Ambrose made a heel turn, and a lot of people agree that Ambrose probably is better off being a heel. With the rumors raging on about the Lunatic Fringe making a heel turn ahead of his WrestleMania 33 opponent, which is now rumored to be Shane McMahon, reports suggest that The Miz may be next in line for the Intercontinental Championship and a feud with The Miz. Could this, despite The Miz's heel status, be the catalyst for Dean's first villainous role since early 2014, or merely a way for WWE to keep the mid-card title relevant? I don't think you need Dean Ambrose to keep the mid-card title relevant. I think The Miz has done such an amazing job that he's made the Intercontinental title better than anything that Monday Night Raw has done. And it's the second most important title in the company, next to AJ Styles in the WWE Championship. Last Sunday, Dean Ambrose faced AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship at TLC in a tables, ladders, and chairs match, which was probably the best main event of the pay-per-view year for WWE. Coming so close to winning the belt back, but ultimately failing due to interference from James Ellsworthless. Several reports went around yesterday that Ambrose may be out of chances when it comes to SmackDown's top title, but we saw on Tuesday's episode of SmackDown that Ambrose was invited as the Miz guest on Miz TV, which eventually led to Daniel Bryan booking him a match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean would lose the match, and this wasn't due to Ellsworth's betrayal, but rather due to his incompetence, adding another wrinkle to the ongoing Ambrose-Ellsworthless storyline. Based on how this storyline is played out, it may not be 100% clear whether Ellsworthless has become a villainous, comedic character, but it could be the seed for a Miz-Ambrose feud for the Intercontinental Championship, and just might be what Dean Ambrose needs to make a heel turn. Citing reports from Wrestling Observer, Cage Side Seats, they reported Friday that 2017's top 2 feuds on SmackDown Live would feature Cena fighting for the 16th world title reign, tying Ric Flair going against AJ Styles, and Ambrose going after The Miz's Intercontinental Championship. Since winning the title from Zack Ryder one day after WrestleMania 32, The Miz has brought a lot of prestige back to the IC title, and a feud against Ambrose may help the belt remain relevant despite its mid-card status. But how could this rumored feud play out? At the moment, Miz doesn't have an official long-term feud for his IC title. With his victory over Dolph Ziggler at TLC to end their epic rivalry, which is probably the best storyline in all of WWE all year on both Raw and SmackDown, The Miz has held the title for over 7 months, combined in 2016, and since the year is almost over, it may be about time for another long-term champion to step up. This could very well turn out to be Ambrose, who has also held the Intercontinental title in the recent past, but if he does win the title for his second reign, there just might be a heel turn involved. Sources cited on a YouTube video from Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Never heard of them before. This was yesterday's report from Pro Wrestling Unlimited, which suggested that SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon attempts to get Dean Ambrose out of the building. Those were his first steps to establishing Dean as a heel-like anti-authority character. As his ongoing battles against babyface authority figure Daniel Bryan make up a key part of The Miz's current character, this could mean a Dean Ambrose heel turn if the Lunatic Fringe wins the IC title and rebels against good guy Commish McMahon, like Miz has rebelled against Daniel Bryan. And as we said, this could lead to Shane versus Ambrose at WrestleMania 33. Now the plans for Shane and Brock Lesnar, or now that the plans for Shane versus Brock Lesnar are completely out the window due to Lesnar's feud against Goldberg, which will likely culminate at WrestleMania 33. Of course, an Ambrose versus Miz feud for the Intercontinental Championship may not lead to Ambrose winning the title, nor may it definitely lead to a Dean Ambrose heel turn, but it's also a possibility that both of these things might happen. And if he does turn heel, it may not have any title belts up for grabs. But this new development does suggest WWE remained invested in Dean Ambrose going forward and having big plans for him in 2017, even if they may not involve regaining a main event title just yet. It's a wait-and-see game, man. I really don't want Dean Ambrose. Just from a logistics standpoint, I mean, the guy was fighting for the better half of 2016, towards the end of 2016 into 2017. This guy was fighting for the world title. You're going to automatically thrust him into an Intercontinental Championship match? Is that what you do now? This is what we do now? You lose a world title situation? Okay, you lost. AJ retained after several attempts, several SmackDown main events, several pay-per-view main events, triple threats, right? You walked out of none of those events, none of those matches with the title, but we'll give you an Intercontinental Championship match. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I mean, am I speaking crazy or am I fucking crazy? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys agree with me on that? I don't think Ambrose, logistically, should be in an Intercontinental Championship feud. I think this should just be what it is. We've seen it on SmackDown this past week, and that's it. You know? Have someone else step up for the Intercontinental Championship. And this goes back to the brand split not being exactly what we wanted. You know? SmackDown got shafted. There's not enough mid-card talent. You know? WWE has Shelton Benjamin come back. I'd rather it be Shelton Benjamin. You know? By a hand-picked Daniel Bryan. Have Shelton Benjamin be a hand-picked guy and have him challenge The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. It would be new. It would be fresh. I don't like the way The Miz and Ambrose work together as a team in that ring. I don't like the way they gel. Maybe we'll get a better match with Shelton Benjamin and The Miz. I don't know. That's just my idea for that. But who the fuck knows when Shelton Benjamin's going to come back and be ready to go. We might be talking about February, March at the latest for Shelton Benjamin. Everybody's pushing him to be in the Royal Rumble. I don't know if that's going to be possible. But I don't want to see a Dean Ambrose versus The Miz, feud for the Intercontinental Championship. Doesn't make sense. That's not really something that you do for someone who's failed multiple times from gaining the World Championship back. And I don't like the way that they gel in the middle of the ring. If Tuesday's match was any indication, I don't want to see it. I'd rather it be something else. But who the fuck knows how this is all going to lead, hopefully, to a Shane McMahon versus Dean Ambrose match at WrestleMania 33. I think Shane and Ambrose is a great match for WrestleMania. It would allow Dean Ambrose to do what he wanted to do this year, but could not with Lesnar, and it would give Shane McMahon another reason to be fucking Shane O'Mac, and wow us again at WrestleMania. I think that would be a great match. It would allow both men to do things that would make an epic match for WrestleMania. I think that's the way to go. I just don't know about Miz and Dean Ambrose right now. I think there are better options on the roster. You just got to look for them, man. And this goes back to WWE not building mid-card talent. It's their fault. And that's the reason why Dean Ambrose is being used so much in these type of situations. I just don't like it. So hopefully things change there. But we'll see as we head into 2017. Thank you guys for everything, man. I hope you enjoyed Off the Script this Saturday morning. If you did, hit that thumbs up, man. Fucking smash that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the channel. I don't even know if people get my fucking videos, to be honest with you. So many people came to me yesterday. JD, I got unsubbed. Fucking Starscream, one of my fucking most loyal subs, got unsubbed He watches every fucking week. He's a patron. He's unsubbed from the fucking channel. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously, how can I be more fucked over? I was hoping to be at 80,000 going into 2017. My goal now is to barely hit 70,000 by the end of 2016. I don't even think we're going to do that. I'm losing subs every time I upload a video. Nobody is seeing my fucking channel. I don't know what the fuck. It's not my fault. Not my fault, man. Off the script yesterday, I uploaded the motherfucker. 1,000 likes in 6 hours. You're not telling me I'm fucking doing a shitty job. It ain't me, bro. It ain't me. So I don't want to hear about, oh, JD, your channel is dead, man. No, it's not, motherfucker. YouTube is dead. YouTube is fucking up. It ain't me. So please, share it around. Get the fucking word out there about the channel and Off the Script and what I do here. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a fucking comment or 7 down below. Whatever the case may be, man. You guys know what the deal is. So help out. Show why Team JD is the best right here on YouTube.com for literally everything WWE. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Barber Shop Window if you guys want your JD is Negan t-shirts. And then Get Off My TV, the Off the Script gray logo shirt, and the Goon City t-shirt, $19.99. They ship worldwide all over the fucking place. And they got long sleeves, too. If you're chilly in the wintertime, they got long sleeves as well. So make sure you guys go check that out. WrestleCrate.com, WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. All those links are down below. Make sure you guys use the coupon codes that are provided. And I will see you guys next week. We're not done yet. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sunday for Off the Script. I got more news. If you guys want to know what I got working on here, Jericho will be forced to leave WWE after WrestleMania 33 due to commitments to Fozzy. Also, real reason why Triple H has not appeared on WWE television to begin his feud with Seth Rollins. Jim Ross says, who is this? Lita. Jim Ross says Lita is not with the company anymore. Also, WWE officials considering breaking up Rhino and Heath Slater. Top indie team, the Young Bucks, choose Ring of Honor and New Japan over WWE. Why? I also got news on Adam Cole and Kenny Omega coming into WWE and the reasons why Kenny Omega finally might make the jump to WWE in 2017. WWE in signing mode. They're looking at everybody and anybody in 2017 to bring on into the company. Will Goldberg wrestle on Raw leading up to Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 33? All this plus so much more right here on Off the Script. Hit that thumbs up. I'm JD, and I will see you guys right back here on Sunday morning. Talk to you later.